Shalom. All praise is due to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Racha Kwadash. The bonus to the elect apostle, bishops, elders at Great Millstone, that were well. Shalom to the Aki out there who's work sincerity and truth and not for vainglory in season out of season. All right, brothers, I just want to bring these two quick scriptures out. Okay, we're going to go into the word Satan. Okay, but I just want to bring this out first. This is Isaiah 19 chapter, and I'll start at 1 in the first verse. The burden of Egypt. We know Egypt represents America. Okay. All right. America is the new Egypt. Okay. You know. All right. Scriptures say the spiritual Egypt. Okay. In the spiritual Sodom. America is the spirit, has the spirit of Egypt, the ancient Egyptian empire. Okay. The Israelites are also here, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that served slavery under Pharaoh in the ancient Egyptian empire. Now you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the Israelites, are serving under the modern-day Egypt, which is America, under the modern-day Pharaoh, okay, which would be the so-called white man, okay, you know, okay, to the small hats, to the top elite banking family, small hats, all the way to the regular so-called white man. Okay. All right. It says the burden of Egypt and America's Egypt for many reasons. You know, the pyramid on the back of a dollar bill, you know, the obelisks they have in the Washington Monument, Cleopatra's Needle, which they have in Central Park. You know, the seal of the seal that they had on the dollar, whatever, the seal, it goes back to Egypt. And, you know, so America is that spiritual Egypt, man. Okay. Because you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're in bondage here under the new Pharaoh, which is the so-called white man. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, which is a chariot, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence. Okay. You know, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. You know, so you know, those means the ICBM missiles move at its presence. The ICBM missiles are going to destroy this place. You know, you see these great prophecies are going to be fulfilled. Okay. I said this second verse, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Now, being that the Egypt represents Esau, so-called white man, it represents America. What's happening in America? Democrats fighting against Republicans. You know, you have all these different factions. The vaxxers fighting against the non-vaxxers. Anti-abortion against pro-life. You know, I mean, pro-abortion against anti-abortion. Okay, Roe versus Wade, or Wade versus Roe. Okay, you have all these different divisions in America, because America is what? It's Babylon. Okay, America is also known as Babylon, and the word Babylon in Hebrew is Babal, which means confusion. Okay, so it's great confusion and great division in this setup, in this kingdom. That's America. Okay, you know, there's great divisions. And I will set Egyptian against the Egyptians. Democrats, the Republicans, the socialists, I mean, all these divisions here in America, okay? It says, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom. You know, so how can this place go on forever and forever with all these divisions? See, you have to be in one accord, man, to accomplish your goal. When you have divisions, you can't accomplish nothing. Okay? Things don't get done. Okay? Things fail. They crumble. They go into confusion. Confusion represents destruction. Division represents destruction. Here's what Yahweh Shai said. Okay? Um, that would be Luke. That would be Luke 11th chapter and the 18th verse. Let's go there. Luke 11 and 18 verse. 11th chapter, 18 verse. Okay. It says, Luke, the 11th chapter, 18 verse. If Satan also be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand? Okay. So that's the point that I want to make. Okay. Now let's look at this word Satan. Okay, because people going to automatically say the spiritual demon that's called Satan. Okay. All right. They're not looking at a actual person on the earth as being the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. Okay, you know, they're always gonna go to, oh, you mean the demon Satan, the spirit demon Satan. You know, no, this is talking about an actual group of people. Okay, all right, a certain group of people. But let's see what the word Satan means in the blue letter. Okay.
Strong's G 3588. Ha. Ha.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, brother. Salakia. This is slip of the okay, this is a slip of the finger. Let me see. Okay, so let's go back. All right, let's look up the word Satan. See, that was Satan right there. That was a spiritual demon, Satan, man. All right, but let's go to the physical. Let's see what it says in Luke, the 11th chapter and the 18th verse. All right.
Strong's G 4567. Satanas. Satanas.
Satanas.
Thayer's lexicon. Satan.
Mm-hmm.
Satan.
There you go. All right. Satanas in the Greek. All right. So it says, okay, let's see if it says the spiritual demon Satan from, I don't know, from hell, somewhere like that. No, it says the first definition is adversary. Adversary. Yeah. So that's what Esau is. That's what the so-called white man is. He's the adversary. He's the adversary to who? To Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and the nation of Israel. He's an adversary to the entire earth. Okay? All right? Because he's the one that's going around poisoning the earth. So he's an adversary, man. Okay? Adversary, one who opposes another in purpose or act. Okay? Now it says the prince of evil spirits. Okay? And it goes on, all right. It says, it gives you a lot of definition. The worshippers of idols, okay, are said to be under his control, but what's the first definition? Adversary, one who opposes another in purpose or act. You see, so that's what Esau is. So, when you look at it, don't see it as the spiritual demon Satan. No, it's a physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, which would be Esau. Okay. Who's Esau? You so-called white people. All right. Okay. Which you're not white, you're red. Okay. Your blood shows forth through your skin. But that's what the word Satan means, adversary. All right. So let's just go back. Okay. So it says, Luke 11, chapter 18 verse. If Satan also be divided against himself, because Satan is divided against himself. Like I said, you got the Democrats, you got the Republicans, you got the socialists, you got the vaxxers, the anti-vaxxers, pro-life, anti-life. You see? Pro-abortion, anti-abortion, you know. I mean, how shall his kingdom stand? That's the question. How shall Esau, which is Satan, so-called white man, which is Satan, he's the adversary, okay? Because he does everything backwards. Let's go to it right quick. Right? Let's go to it. Let's go over here. Let's go over to right here. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's go to the book of Isaiah 29 and 16. Okay. Isaiah 29. Let's see if that's it. Isaiah 28 chapter and the 16th verse. Okay. It says, surely you're turning of things upside down. You see, and that's what the so-called white man does. That's why he's an adversary, because he turns everything upside down. Okay, here it is. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai created the earth and all that in them is the right way. The right way, righteously, and righteousness. What does the so-called white man come and do? He turns everything upside down. He goes against what Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai created. Okay, you know. So he turns everything upside down. He has women over men. When Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai created man and woman, the man was over the woman. Okay, I mean that's just one example. That's just one example. You know, he makes chemicals, plastics, all kind of deadly chemicals, poisons that's poison to the earth, that poison the earth, that's poison to the people that's on the earth. When they take these, when they breathe in these chemicals and they eat these preservatives and additives and they take it into their body, it becomes poisonous and people get sick. You see what I'm saying? And they catch cancers and so forth. I mean, whether the FDA says that it's safe in small amounts, like spring water. Well, I'll say the bottled water we drink. You know, that has a amount of plastic in the actual water that they say that is safe to the human body. Where's plastic safe to the human body? It's not natural. Okay, all right. You know, and those are just just a few minute e- examples, man. Okay. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. Okay. So, you know, he's the adversary. He's the adversary of what Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai created in the earth. Okay. He's the adversary to order. Okay. All right. A man is supposed to be over a woman, but what does he do? He puts a woman over a man. So he's an adversary to order. So he's Satan. The word Satan means adversary. Okay. Who's in control of the earth? Who's in rulership of the earth? The so-called white man. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. When the Greeks came into power, evils increased in the earth. Okay. Okay. But guess what? It shall be esteemed as a potter's clay. You know? So, man. So let's just go back to Luke 11 and 18. So with all this going on, him being the adversary, him being against himself, how can his kingdom stand? How can America continue on its path that it's on? It can't. It can't. It can't. Because his kingdom cannot stand, man. Because they're divided. Okay? They're the adversary. And, you know, when it goes on for a certain amount of time, then what happens? That kingdom becomes destroyed. Okay? All right? It becomes destroyed, you know, because they're just too divided. There's too much turning of things upside down. There's just too much wrong going on. There's too much division. Okay? All right? So that's all, you know, that's all I wanted to bring out. So his kingdom can't stand. Okay? So I hope you've been edified. And with that, shalom. And I say his kingdom, I'm talking about America. Okay? All right? America. America will not stand, not forever. It will be destroyed. Okay? Because it's divided against himself. Okay? And when you have a kingdom divided against itself, it cannot stand. All right? There's no order. There's chaos. And when chaos brings destruction. Hope you've been edified. And with that, shalom.